Yeah, it is a children's book. It
Yeah.
has a sing-song, rhyming, so that's really good for cognitive learning for children.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman, Logan Crawford.
They now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're heading to beautiful Maui with a terrific book. It is called Kihei The Hawaiian Chicken. It is written by a terrific author. Her name is Dia Shaw. She has penned a heartwarming children's book about courage, friendship, and family love. Kihei is a rooster who's afraid to cross the road until an emergency forces him to be brave and save his best friend. With a warm Hawaiian setting, lovable bird characters, and an uplifting message, this story helps kids learn how to face fear with love and loyalty. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team for helping us put her on TV today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. Dia, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. This is such a wonderful book. Talk to us a little bit about the inspiration behind it.
The inspiration was on a vacation a while ago. We went to Maui, and I noticed there was roosters everywhere. Like every restaurant we went to, every parking lot, they were there. And it was interesting because there was other birds hanging out with them. But when we would go to the beach, the roosters never, the chickens were never on the other side of the road. So I just noticed that, and I was just taking pictures because I really like birds.
Yeah.
At home, I was like thinking about the fact, the old joke of why did the chicken cross the road?
Exactly.
Like, what would make the Hawaiian chickens cross the road? And that's kind of where it came from.
Yeah. So there were like a lot of roosters, or was it a blend of roosters and chickens all over?
It's a lot of roosters and chickens, but the roosters are very noticeable because they're very beautiful. Like really, they're the colorful ones.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They can be tough guys too, though. They can be a little intimidating, right?
Yeah, the locals definitely told us not to mess with them, and you're not really supposed to feed them or anything, but it's kind of fun because we in Southern California, you don't have roosters running around, but because I like birds so much, it was exciting.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about the story you developed to fit what you witnessed there in Maui.
Yeah, so along with the colorful roosters, there was doves and myna birds. And myna birds I wasn't too familiar with, and the doves there are like a bright blue. They're really beautiful. And they all kind of hung out together and ate on that side. But when we went to the beach, we didn't see any of the roosters. We just saw the doves and the mynas also on the beach. You know how seagulls do in California, they ask for food and stuff. So we kind of saw that, but then I just noticed that there was no chickens on that side. So I just thought, oh, that'd be funny if we could figure out what would motivate a chicken to cross the road.
Exactly. And you came up with some good values to motivate that chicken. So tell us a little bit about the values you wanted to instill in children by writing this book.
Absolutely. Just the fact that we should have courage, and courage should be motivated by our interpersonal relationships. We should also, above everything, be kind to one another. Yeah. And so the only thing that I think that I've ever stood up for myself or faced a fear has been when there was a motivation behind it that was, to be kind or to help someone. Yeah. And so I feel like that's the most important reason that we should have courage, is to be kind to others.
Yeah, that's the time to step up when there's something that needs to be done, somebody needs to be helped, and you set yourself aside, your concerns, your worries, your fears, and trudge forward. I think those are great goals and great values for a child to learn about. Who's your target audience? What age group do you think would benefit from this book?
I think kids, also, kids up until, any age, but also adults, because the fact that it's based off that joke we all know, and then it does have a moral aspect
Yeah.
to it. I think it could be anyone, but yeah, it is a children's book. It
Yeah.
has a sing-song rhyming, so that's really good for cognitive learning for children.
Hmm.
And it's a good. I like a book with a lesson,
Yep.
something to learn, not just an entertainment.
Absolutely, yeah. It gives you entertainment and a lesson. I think you get more value from the book for sure. Now, we see some of your beautiful artwork behind you. Tell us about illustrating this book.
I have been painting since I was a little kid. I'm pretty sure my first artwork was when I opened a can of paint when I was like 18 months old and painted myself green with oil paint. But other than that, I've always been a painter. When I was a teenager, I even did murals on my bedroom wall. I just couldn't stop painting, and I still do it today. I paint and draw and color every day.
Very cool. And those illustrations look like they're watercolor, right?
These are watercolor. I have another book that I wrote a few years ago called Alpha Birds. It's all acrylic, but this one was all watercolor because it's a little bit more mobile. I can
Hmm.
paint on the go, so it's a little easier to paint.
Great. Tell us a little bit about your writing career.
Um, I have always like started and stopped books, but I was in, real estate and managing commercial properties and things, and thought that art would be like a side thing. Um, but eventually I just buckled down and, oh, well, we had grandkids. We have
Okay.
5 grandkids, and I started painting things for them. That's probably what it really was.
Wow.
And so I did these little flashcards and painted the ABC birds on them,
Hmm.
and gave them to the grandkids so they like had A was an albatross and B was big bird, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Um,
Amazing. You look about 30 years old. It's hard to believe you're a grandma.
oh no, I'm add about 2 decades to that. But
Well, whatever you're doing right because you look great.
oh, thank
Um,
you.
have you envisioned this book as a video or something for children, a TV show or something like that?
It would be a cute little cartoon, I think. It
Yeah.
probably would be like, the ones we saw when we were little kids, the little after school special kind of things,
Hmm.
20, 30 minutes. That'd be cute.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be great. And you've created the story. So, Hollywood, if you're listening, this would be a great children's feature without a doubt. It's wonderful characters, wonderful settings, and wonderful values. And what's next for you as a writer? What are you thinking about crafting next?
Well, my first book was, as I said, The Alpha Birds, which was an
Hmm.
alphabet book about birds. And this one, Kihei, came out after going to beautiful Hawaii. And the
Hmm.
next one I'm working on is a bunny who, his name is Parsnip, and
Hmm.
he's woke up and he was grouchy, but he decided to be kind even though he was grouchy all day. And by the end of the day, he realized he had a good day.
Cool.
Uh, so that's the next one that's written but not painted yet.
Sounds good. I like the title Parsnip. Better than carrot. Carrot is overused. Parsnip is better, without a doubt. What's the reaction from your grandkids when they read your books?
They like them. That's my favorite part is when the kids, when people tell me, "Oh, my kids love the book," and my mom gave the book to someone that she knew that had a baby, and the older child said, "Kissed every bird on the page," and then
Very cute.
another friend likes the book about. So anytime that the kids like it, I feel like that's a hit home run.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Kihei is actually the name of a town in Maui.
It is. We stayed at a place that across the street, we would cross the street into Kihei Highway every day.
Hmm.
And so I was just kind of looking at the street signs, and there was Kihei Highway. Pono was another street, and that's one of the birds.
Yep.
And then Pi'ilani was the other street. And I just, those names kind of stuck. And so I named the Mina bird and the dove those names. And they mean, Pi'ilani means ascent to heaven. And
Hmm.
then Pono means integrity. So I just kind of thought that was kind of cool. And then
Yeah.
Kihei is actually, they call it in Hawaii the highway to heaven or highway
Hmm.
to, so after a battle. So I thought that was kind of apt that after his battle with inner courage, that he
Yeah.
ascended to something better.
Very, very cool. And you and your husband are quite courageous. You're embarking on a new chapter in your life, so to speak, living and working in Hershey, Pennsylvania. You want to talk to us a little bit about that? It sounds like such a wonderful pursuit.
Yeah, we both of us have lived our lives in Southern California, the last 30 years in San Diego and then in Temecula area. And we were been empty nesters for about 8 years. Not too fond of that. We really like the grandkids and the kids, and we have 3 daughters and 5 grandkids. And we decided that we wanted to do something meaningful with this part of our life instead of just retiring or, you know, whatever. We
Yeah.
decided that we would help other kids, and so we're going to become we are house parents at Milton Hershey. It's a private school
Hmm.
for kids. They provide all of the kids' needs, their medical, their clothing. If they graduate from Milton Hershey, they get up to $150,000 scholarship for college, and it's all
Wow.
free to the kids. It's all free to the kids. And Milton Hershey, he decided that he didn't want them to pay for anything,
Hmm.
and that he wanted to provide them with a home, not just like an institution that was free. So there's like over 200 homes here with house parents like myself and my husband, and they provide the love and care for the
Hmm.
about anywhere from 6 to 12 kids in a house.
Amazing, amazing. Are these children like foster children or children
They
who
come
don't
from
have
all.
parents?
That was, I think that's how he started it 100 years ago. He
Yeah.
started it as a home for orphans.
Hmm.
He and his wife couldn't have children, but it ended up being for any kids that are that qualify for the school, and then it becomes completely free to them.
Hmm. Amazing,
Yeah, and
amazing.
they're from all over the country.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, they're blessed to have you as their house mom, no doubt, and I'm sure your husband is a blessing to them as well. And you can, of course, share your literary works with them. That'd be nice, a nice way to say hello and ingratiate yourself with them. This book we've been talking about today, folks, is wonderful. It is called Kihei The Hawaiian Chicken. It is a heartwarming children's book about courage, friendship, and family love, and you will just love it. Reading it to your kids, having them read it to you, looking at the beautiful illustrations that are created by Dia as well, and you'll be looking forward to her other works. Dia, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate your time, your insight, and the wonderful work you've done on this book. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.